Hello, this is the Reflect&Connect for the Laycock reading. Um, score study, score study, score study, score study. Understand the score, know the score, research the score. And that's kind of like a good opening little bit for this. Um, you, there's a lot of emphasis on this, like really like deep diving into the score that you want to have for your students. And not even that, just like before you even get the music, just like before you even get the score, look at the music. Does it match? There's a long list of things like tempo, articulation, harmony, melody, all things that you want to have, in the kind of setting that you want to have for your students in the high school. Um, there's very, very limited time as a teacher to study your score. And you're kind of expected to have it prepared anyway. Um, but also like you need to have a deep knowledge of the score to improve rehearsal efficiency, get the musical interpretation that you'd like, um, and just have a better overall student engagement because you seem to know what you're doing, so that's why students would want to pay attention. um, what was the next bit? Rationale for a score study. Yes. um, Notation is merely the starting point, not the music itself. Um, with this also comes interpreting the composer's intentions if it's not already written out, um, making informed rehearsal decisions, as well as trying to foster a more expressive performance. Um, the conductor is the first performer, technically, of the score. You got to visualize, and I guess to like the same extent internalize the music before the ensemble basically makes it come alive. You are the one who has to know every single part in your head before you present yourself in front of your students. That's like basically what it is. And now here we get to the like all that stuff, like the form and stuff, the suggested procedure. um there's a long section, basically listing kind of step by step, but also you could probably take this in any kind of way. But I think the way that they listed it was probably a good way of going about it. It's start off with the title, um, initial context, um, programming content, that sort of stuff, and then compositional background. You research who made it, the life, the time period, that they lived, the time period of the work. Um, it's good for programming a concert, where you want to have multiple different time periods of music and different like contrasting styles of music. Speaking of style, the next thing that he had was form. You want to know the structure, like binary, rondo, ternary. It also enables better rehearsal planning, if you know it, so you can isolate different sections. Then it moves on to the melody. Um, know the main themes and motifs, and it'll help you like teach and guide with the phrasing, and shaping of each line. Then it was like rhythm, and then rhythm, make sure it's on point with what the students have to prepare. And dynamics, you want to have an acceptable range of dynamic changes in the piece. um, Texture, is it homophonic, polyphonic? And that could potentially influence like balance decisions and emphasis of inner voices like violas and seconds. um, what was next? Harmony, um, articulation, tempo, stylistic coherence. I think that's it. Um, Basically, that whole section just emphasized like really know what is going on in your piece, so that you as a teacher and a conductor are prepared for the piece and what to do, how to conduct it, almost like what we're doing now in methods. with our micro teaching 3. Like, just research the score, know your score, be able to conduct it, know each part in and out. You have to be able to probably conduct with your eyes closed. Just knowing everything. I think it's also important to know, like for all of us, score study is not an academic exercise, but a means of, I guess, bringing life into notation. You realize how dynamic a score is with all the different parts when you actually look at it from the score instead of it's your own like little instrumental section. I think it's really important to just know what to do. That's all. Yeah.